Today I'm making hummingbird bars. They're so delicious. Hi, welcome to Lynn's Recipes. Today I'm going to make hummingbird bars. This is really similar to a hummingbird cake if you've ever had that, but it's in bar form, which makes it a little bit easier to make. This recipe serves about 48 depending on how big you cut the squares, so it would be great for a party. It's getting towards football season, so it would also be great to take to a tailgate or to just serve when you have friends over to watch a game. To find the amounts of the ingredients that you're going to need to make this recipe along with the instructions, click on the Show More box underneath the video. This will give you the entire recipe. You can also find it on my Roku channel or on my website. Also listed in the Show More box underneath the video, you'll find all of my social media links. The ingredients that you're going to need are, for the cake, all-purpose flour, sugar, cooking oil, and this is just canola oil, baking soda, cinnamon, salt, vanilla extract, chopped bananas, an undrained 8-ounce can of crushed pineapple, chopped nuts, and I'm using pecans, maraschino cherries, and I've halved them, and some lightly beaten eggs. For the frosting, you'll need confectioner sugar, milk, and butter. You'll need to preheat your oven to 350 degrees. You'll also need a 15 by 10 by 1 jelly roll pan, and you'll either need to grease and flour it, or this is a Teflon one, so all I did was use a cooking spray that had flour in it and prepared it that way. I have my flour in this big bowl. What I'm going to do is add all of the ingredients that I told you needed for the cake, stir it together until it's well combined, and then put it in the baking pan. So I'm going to start with the vegetable oil, add my eggs, my bananas. This is about 2 medium bananas. You need about 2 cups. My pineapple, and it's undrained. Again, I just wanted to remind you. Salt or sugar. My pecans, the cherries, vanilla, salt, baking soda, and cinnamon. And I'm just going to stir this to combine. This is all nicely blended, so now it's time to put it into the pan. Okay, so I'm just going to pour it in the prepared pan. Get it all out. You could use walnuts or another kind of nut if you prefer. I just had pecans on hand, so that's what I'm using. So I'm just going to make sure it's all spread out evenly. I'm going to put this in my preheated 350 degree oven for 30 to 40 minutes or until a cake tester or toothpick comes out clean. My cake cooked for 30 minutes. I just took it out of the oven. I put a cake tester in and it came out clean. I'm going to let it sit here and cool for a few minutes before we put the frosting on. While my hummingbird bars are cooling just a bit, I'm going to make the icing. So what I have is a bowl here that I'm going to add my confectioner sugar into. Now I'm going to add my softened butter and my milk. And I'm just going to work this with my spoon here till I get it all nice and smooth. Okay, this is all nice and smooth, so I'm ready to put it on the cake. Okay, so we're just going to pour this over. And I just have a little spatula. I'm just going to spread this on top. I finished with the frosting, and as you can see, it's a thin frosting, almost like a glaze. If you want more, you can double the recipe and it'll be thicker. I'm going to actually add a few pecans on top that are chopped just to make it look pretty and for a little bit of a garnish. And this is optional. You don't have to do this if you don't want to. That looks like enough. So now I'm going to let this cool completely before I cut it and show you what it looks like. These are cool, so I'm going to cut a piece and show you what it looks like. I'm going to cut mine a little bit bigger. You can cut them smaller. It just depends on what serving size you want. So I'm just going to cut through here. I'm just going to get this piece right here and put it on the plate. These are Hummingbird Bars. I hope you enjoy them.